Hey guys, Lunik here, and I'm here again to record another video for my jungle kill guide. And again, just like the last video, first thing you should notice about this game is the team comp. And you see that I'm actually playing with my ranked team. It's not the main account because we have a sub since our solo top's off, but we're playing with my team and we have a sub. And so what you see here is that we actually coordinated around, I'm not sure what my opponent's team comp is, but what you actually see is our team comp is as I said in the guide, protect the Vayne team comp essentially with Shen, All-Star, Kayle, and Zillion all protecting Vayne. So Vayne is one of the better hyper carry to go with because she can do a lot of damage and is really mobile, but again, but has a shorter range than Kog'Maw. So we opted to go with Vayne for our hyper carry to synergize with Kayle because Kayle can allow her to get into that range without blowing up right away. And that was our reasoning behind the team comp. And the second thing you want to notice about this team comp is that compared to our opponents, we have a lot of hard CC. We have an AoE knockoff from All-Star, an AoE taunt from Shen, and a knockback into a wall, potentially stun by Vayne. So we're going to have the favorable invade team comp. So we're actually going to invade Shyvana's red because that's where Shyvana typically starts, especially if she's starting exhaust. Because what that will enable her to do is start at her red, go gank top. So we're going to have our Shen with boots lead, followed up by an All-Star and potential Vayne stun. That's going to be our order. When you're playing with a set team, like when you're on Skype and all, that's why you're going to see no real chat communication between us. We're just going to see, coordinated motion. So that you want to organize who goes first and what happens if, what else happens. So in this case, we're going to have a Shen go and take a path around and loop around to those red. We're not actually going to find anything. They predicted that we were going to invade and instead just started at their blue and opted to take their red later on in the path, which does slow Shyvana down because she does not need blue in order to jungle fast because she doesn't need mana, but red does speed up your slow attacks. But again, we can set them back by that. You see again Shen leading. If anyone was there, AoE taunt into an AoE knockup into probably just dead. So anyways, we all decided that no, we're not going to take this red, and instead we're heading back to my blue. So what you're going to be seeing in the rest of this guide is after that little intro to invade, you're going to be seeing a normal path that I take regularly on Kayle. It's more common when I'm playing with my team, but I do take it in solo queue as well, is that you start at your blue. Again, I told my team, okay, leash this low, leash this to a low amount of HP so I don't have to smite. And then head from your blue, keep your smite, take a race, and then go to red buff. And that will allow you to get a quick level 3 with red buff and gank after that. And so we're starting here, seeing taking it without smite. Our bot lane was actually checking to make sure Shyvana did not start at our red buff. You see that All-Star, I should have caught that on camera actually, but you actually see that All-Star was right around here, and he was just waiting to see if red buff got leashed out and if someone peeked out from that corner right there. Because if they had, Vayne and All-Star would have been able to go and stop them, but they didn't start there. So instead what you're seeing is that we just go to a normal laning phase, and I just finished with blue buff. I'm heading over. You see that I did start with a heal level 2 again. That heal, while it's not amazing, is 60 damage. Oh, and I actually opted to skip. No, I remember what I was doing. You do want to check because Shyvana could have started blue and then gone to my red and tried to counter jungle me that way because Kayle does gank early a lot of the time, which allows people to counter jungle against her. So I was checking that, but that didn't happen. So I went to take race, and now I'm taking my red buff. But back to the heal, it's not a lot, but that 60, you see me use it 3, 4, or 5 times over the course of the jungle. Blue buff, because blue buff gives you unlimited mana, and that actually will heal you for quite a substantial amount, all things considering. So I believe I'm gonna pop. Yep, there goes the pot, and I'm gonna actually try and gank bot here, because they have a Lux support. A Lux support is a very aggressive support and can actually snowball, but the snowballing is based off of Lux, not off of her AD, so that if you don't get that snowballing initially with Lux, you will fall behind in your support, which is why you don't see it a whole lot, especially in higher level games. So I was ganking bot in order to try and get my lane ahead, so that they can just destroy them, which they eventually do anyways because Lux doesn't get an advantage. But instead, you see me heading up mid here. Zealand got the slow on. Vlad has his ghost. I pop my ghost to follow up. He has the slow on him, and he has no flash because he opted for a ghost heal, I think he did. So instead, what you see is that Shyvana is going to come and help him, and the exhaust just comes on and stops him from getting that kill. But Shyvana came too much. So you're seeing we're diving freely here because, again, top lane staying there, and you see that actually Zillion will pick up that first blood and will get double buffs, and that will allow my mid lane to have complete dominance. So that was an example of a very successful first gank there. And I'm just gonna run the video a little bit longer. You're gonna see that actually I decided to take wolves so I can get a good amount of gold. I was actually planning to continue jungling. After this, I believe it was indecisive, but what you actually see is that the game communication is very important. I want to go back, but then I decided not to. But then what my top lane says is, hey, look, my lane is pushing. Like if I'm gonna get ganked, against Fiora, no actual escapes. If I'm gonna get ganked, I need now. So instead of going to continue to jungle because my team told me so, I'm going up and I'm going to go actually kill this Fiora. So you see the time of ganks with the mini waves is very important because if I timed this maybe 5 seconds later, not 5, maybe 10 seconds later, we wouldn't have gotten this. And slowed, taunted, dead. And this is actually going to become a very snowball game for me. You can see that Kayle functions really as an AD carry. Oh yeah, you see Zillion, he was hunting Shyvana over there. I actually find her there. But Kayle's very snowbally, and you're going to see me later on in the game actually become an unstoppable monster and go like legendary multiple times. So I'm going to pause this right